15,000 motorists drive through the Tiyan Parkway daily, and by the year 2030, that number is set to nearly double. Today, at the call of Governor Eddie Calvo, lawmakers went into special session to discuss legislation aimed at providing funding for a phase of the project. DPW Director Carl Dominguez explains aspects of the project during the Committee of the Whole.
So the plan is to create a four-lane parkway connecting Route 10A at the traffic light intersection of the Home Depot and going up through Tiyan and making the connection at a spot that is just about between the Cars Plus and the San Jose supermarket facilities there on Route 8.
Part of the project includes closing down Central Avenue in Tiyan, set to affect thousands of motorists who take this route to avoid further traffic elsewhere. However, the government needs land owned by the airport by Route 8 for Phase 1 of the project, but the feds won't give approval until the government shows that it is working in good faith on acquiring property from original landowners for Phase 2. The Federal Highway Administration has set aside $5.8 million for the project, but that funding is at risk if the government does not act quickly. Governor Calvo's chief policy advisor, Arthur Clark.
Because they've had this money set aside for years now, and they're saying that if this doesn't get spent, then they're ready to move it to other projects on Guam. So they need to confirm that by July.
Bill 125, the measure up for discussion today, would appropriate $500,000 escheated to the general fund to be directed to DPW for the purchase of funding the acquisition of property for the Tiyan Parkway. While DPW waits for an updated and final appraisal of the property, Clark says the original landowners have been contacted and have indicated a desire to sell.
So where we are at this stage is the price. And the price is dependent, of course, on what the appraisal is. As Mr. Dominguez says, it's 2 to 4 weeks out. But we are basing our valuations on draft appraisals that came out about a year and a half ago.
At least 3 of the lots have been estimated to cost over $300,000. Frank Sanchez, a consultant with the airport, says purchasing at least one property is good enough for the feds.
In order to provide the FAAs the assurance that GovGuam is going to eventually construct Phase 2, that one lot is that assurance.
The project has been in the works since the Camacho administration, and should the $5.8 million be reverted to other projects, there's no telling if the likelihood of success would strike twice.
It was stalemated, and then to be able to come up with this particular configuration, which we think is a formula to succeed here, it's taken a lot of effort on a lot of people's part, so it'd be a shame to see it not go through at this point, and potentially lose that $5.8 million for the Tiyan Parkway.
The Guam International Airport Authority is set to close Central Avenue in Tiyan in October. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.